Good, beautiful morning. It is day 3 of Trans Catalina Trail, leaving the Two Harbors campground there where a lot of people are still sleeping. This beautiful view out onto Two Harbors in the morning. Day 3. I'm headed into Two Harbors, the town. I'm going to pick up the Trans Catalina Trail. When I get to an appropriate spot, I will break out the map and show the route that I'm doing today. Okay, situated right outside the schoolhouse and a picnic bench, and I'm still going to talk quiet because I'm next to some residential buildings. So yes, first day, to recap, took the road to Parsons Landing. Yesterday I took Fence Line Road all the way up to the ridge and came down Cat Harbor and back to Two Harbors, and then that's where I stayed the night. Today is the big day. Today is much longer. So I'm basically right here. I'm going to start by climbing up this hill and then follow this ridge line kind of along the coast. The views this way are fantastic. Come on down to Little Harbor. I'm actually going to stop at this campground here. And then you used to take Sheep Chute Road up. Looks like they have built another trail kind of in the middle here. So there's some trail in the middle that's going to kind of come up to this road up here and come across to the airport, where hopefully I will be able to get a meal, and then all the way through the interior to Black Jack Campground. Partway into that climb out of Two Harbors, you can see at the bottom there, but now I'm getting great views. So this is the mainland facing side, front facing side, and if I swing around here across the isthmus, getting great views of Cat Harbor in the morning, that morning light reflecting. That's so pretty. I don't know if I pointed this out last time, yesterday, but at the end here, you can see there's kind of like these pens over there. I believe that's where they're farming the white sea bass. White sea bass are a very popular fish for eating, so they're commercially and recreationally fished, and they're fished a little too much. So that's an attempt to repopulate. So they actually farm the white sea bass there and then release it into the ocean. They hopefully help with the populations, and I think they're doing that off of the mainland coast of Catalina as well. So I got a bit more climbing to do, but as soon as I get to the top of this climb, I'm going to just be heading along the ridge and then down into Little Harbor. Give you a moment to take this in. This is it. This is my favorite view on the island. So it's looking back towards the west side. So you can kind of see where this boat is. I'm going to zoom in for a little bit right here. That's the mouth to Cat Harbor, so that's the isthmus right there. But otherwise, it's just sheer cliffs dropping into the ocean, and it is spectacular. So that is the back side of the west end of Catalina. You might be able to see Two Harbors. It's over here. Little dip right there, that's Two Harbors. Favorite view. And it's obviously other people's favorite views because there is a little covered picnic table right here. So you can sit and enjoy the view. So where I'm headed now is, you can see the trail over here. Down the trail, down that ridge, and then on the other side of that ridge is Little Harbor. So continuing on the little panorama here, this is the island interior. It's where you're most likely to see buffalo, the bison. That's where they hang out. I have seen them in Little Harbor. I actually have seen one down in Cat Harbor, but usually where I see them is in the interior here. You can see the morning clouds have not burned off the front side. They weren't too bad in Two Harbors, but obviously the Avalon area is kind of fogged in right now. And then this is the ridge I just walked up from Two Harbors. This is gorgeous too. This is the final descent into Little Harbor. And that's the opening. This is kind of a double harbor. So the side, on this side of the peninsula, which is called Whale's Tail, and it's obvious from a different angle, is Little Harbor, and then on the other side where there's more waves, that's Shark Harbor. So right on the shore of Little Harbor is the Little Harbor Campground. And this is actually a cute and developed campground. So it's a developed beachside campground that's kind of away from the hub. So it's nice, and if you want to shell out the money, there's a gear haul from Two Harbors to here. Catalina will drain your pockets even if you're just hiking. So I'm gonna get in the water because right here on this side of the peninsula where that stupid boat is heading, I have seen leopard sharks and round stingrays before. Doesn't mean I will see them today, but I have seen them in the past. So I'm gonna hop in the water, see what I see if I can see anything, and cool off a little bit too. I've been dripping sweat all day long. Well, that was fun. That's more like what Catalina snorkeling I feel like is usually like. I don't know why the last two sites I had such a bad time with surge and visibility. No leopard sharks or stingrays, but I did see an octopus. Not sure I got it on video. If I've played video of fish and not shown an octopus, then I did not get it on video. And did see a halibut. I'm pretty sure, unless I was pointing the GoPro in a very unusual direction, I probably got that one. But best site so far for snorkeling, and I am crunched for time. I'm sure if I spent a little bit longer, I could have spotted a stingray. They do spend the majority of the day buried in the sand, so they are hard to see. Okay, I'm exiting the campground uphill, and we're gonna try out this new trail right here, Big Springs Ridge Trail. And I can see a couple hikers coming down it, westbound hikers. So trail had to cut right through the campground, and hopefully this isn't as steep as Sheep Chute, which is where the trail used to be. Already looks pretty steep though. And a lot of my gear is wet and strapped to the outside of my pack, so it's just even heavier. So I added extra weight to bring snorkel stuff, and now that snorkel stuff is wet. So I think it's about a 1,400 foot climb in elevation, and it is exposed, and I'm gonna take it really slow. My thanks to the Conservancy for this reroute. I haven't had to stop going uphill. This grade is much more forgiving, and it is exposed, and despite that nice swim, I am sweating buckets again. But in front of me is this little oasis of shade and sitting, because there's no big rocks anywhere along this trail to sit on. So what's also nice is I can kind of see the trail, but I also can't fully see it, which means the grade going up this hillside up to the ridge is much more forgiving. The old route is that big old steep scar right there. So, I mean, the old route you could see the whale's tail better, and you actually get a view to the ranch owned by the Wrigley family that makes wine and has vineyards there. But I would forgo that for this more gradual grade and a little bit of shade along the way. So thank you, Catalina Island Conservancy, for this lovely reroute. Okay, so there's a red flag up on this hill, and I believe, oh, there it is, that's the airport. However, first bison, right on the road. Right on the road. So I've noticed a couple bison trails kind of off to the side of the road. That might be what I need to do to get around them. Give them plenty of space. Because there's not enough space on this road for both of us. So, already sees me. I'm already... Crap. There's more. Okay, this is a problem. So, I can't go to the right because of this guy. And I can't go along the road because of this guy. I might try cutting down here and seeing if they like that. I'm so close to cold drinks though. Ugh. I mean, hey, bison, cool, but ugh. And there was another one behind that one too. There's another bison trail down here, so I just cut all the way down. And hopefully they're happy with it. I mean, the one's kind of looking at me occasionally, but the other one didn't even stand up, which is good. So, headed to the airport, hopefully. Oh my God! There's an entire herd here. Oh, I'm so glad I didn't go to the right. I've never seen that many buffalo. Oh man, they're usually just like one or two at a time. I'm moving forward. Got my video, I'm moving forward. So now that I am hopefully safely away from the bison, I can see the herd, it's right over there. But I'm also on the lookout because I still am on the approach to the airport. But there were some westerns made out here in the 1920s, and no, bison are not native to the offshore islands of California. They were brought out here for one of those westerns, and kind of typical of movies sometimes, you know, if the cleanup costs too much, you don't clean it up. So the animals were brought out here for scenes and then just left out here. Now, they are destructive to the native plant and animal life here, so the herd has to be kept in check, but it's become such an iconic part of Santa Catalina Island to see buffalo, bison, same thing. I think bison's the official term. I see it on all the signs. That there is what I thought was a small population maintained out here. I know that's not every buffalo on the island. It looks like it. I'm still looking at it. But there's a small population maintained out here just because it's so iconic to the island. There's a special cocktail served in town called buffalo milk, and it's a lot of alcohol and cream and ice cream and whatever all mixed together. So, not native, remnants of 1920 movies that are long forgotten and still here to terrify you as you're walking down the trail. It does exist. DC3 Gibson Grill. Hikers welcome. I like that. This was just inside the gate there. Bison are dangerous. Also deer hunting season. Thank you for this sign. I could have used it back there. I don't know, bison are dangerous though. So, should be a building right here on the right. And that's where we're gonna go. Oh, I am in this. After a very, very quick meal, leaving the airport in the sky. Sounds like an airport. Oh yeah, there's an airplane. There's one right there. I'm guessing it just took off. Leaving the airport. Very full. I think my eyes were bigger than my hydration level because I finished the soda and the ice pop, but I did not finish the burger and the fries, and my belly is distended because it's full. So anyway, heading to my next campsite, which is Black Jack Campsite, and I might stop and start the video again because I think you can see it from just up here, so give me a minute. Yeah, I'm pretty sure If it's not this strand of trees up here, it's near that strand of trees. There's a water tower there, so I think that's it. This is the only trees, like group of trees I've seen on this island, and the campsite is in a group of trees. Oh, I got here just in time because apparently they stopped serving the grill at 4, and I walked up to the register at 3:58. There's a car coming. The lady at the register was not amused. So, and another bison. Just another bison. What does that make, 103 now? I don't even know how many were on that hill. There weren't 100, but some hikers warned me about this guy. He is pretty chill and lets people pass. Okay, baby rattlesnake on the trail. It wasn't even a foot long. Went into here before I could get my camera out. Don't see it, and it didn't rattle. But that was a rattlesnake. So caution. The sun is getting low on the sky. It's creating these gorgeous views towards the west end. That is really beautiful. Take a picture. But I bet just past the sign it said 0.3 miles. There is a water tank up there. I see something green down there. I'm pretty sure the campsite is in this grove of trees somewhere, so should be just ahead, probably a quarter mile at this point. It kind of looks like there may be a road up there. Beautiful views. Aha, this is Black Jack Campground. This is the set of trees I pointed out earlier, and then it's in another set of trees a little further down. So just couldn't do my introduction now because I already see some tents set up. It's a limited campsite again. It's a primitive campground. It's maybe 10 sites, I think, and I have reserved tent site number 5. So go check that out. Pretty different. Where was the shade all day? Critter box, food storage locker, campsite, shade. That ends a very long day 3. Day 4 I'm going to be finishing the interior and then dropping down into the main city on the island of Avalon.